to get into was a comment that was made by Margot Robbie. So, we're talking about whether Margot Robbie is hot or not, all this good stuff, but which is all fine and dandy. I'm happy to talk about that. But there was a comment from Margot Robbie, and I'm not sure whether or not she knew what she was saying and all the levels to it, but they get into in an interview with an Australian broadcast service. So ABC, the Australian, the Aussie public broadcast service, they get into a talk about Barbie and the surprising feminism of Barbie, right? So I want to play, there's this part where Margot Robbie speaks up, and I want to make sure that the audio is on for this. So let me double check. Okay, we should be all good for this one. Okay, so listen up to what Margot Robbie says in here regarding the movie and its portrayal of feminism.
To walk on is how it feels feminist to me.
I actually, when I got asked the other day, like, is Barbie a feminist? I was like, well, she's actually like the level up from that. Because if you look at Barbie Land at the beginning, like, the Barbies are on top and the Kens are kind of disregarded. So I was like, well, that's not equal.
No, right,
so
right.
Whatever the opposite of misogynist is actually...
Right. Okay, let me pull this down so it doesn't echo. Real quick, this is so hilarious, and I love this because they don't know. They actually literally do not know the definition of what the opposite of misogyny is. This to me is so great. It's so perfect. It's so perfect that Margot Robbie does not even know the word. But I know that I'm going to give her credit. She's recognizing it, which I like. I like that she is being cognizant, right? Which actually shows she's actually very smart. But she's even a smart lady does not know the word, the opposite of misogyny, which is, by the way, misandry and misandrist. We need to start using this word more, teaching people this word. That's something right now that we can do to like get out there, and I think we'll be positive, to get out misandry and misandrist. Throw the ists and the isms back at them. Because first of all, they won't know it, and they always like to like look things up and figure it out. But the fact that people don't know it, that even educated people don't know it, is great. It is great. So that to me, that point, mwah, it's perfect. Because to be fair, she's from Australia. Of course, I don't know what most words mean. That's true. That's true. A dingo ate their vocabulary, but still. Nick says half the word watch Barbie, the other half watch Bobby. Apparently. Well, we'll get into that part. But obviously, it's Bobby if you're going to ask Dr. Barbie, the trans version, right? It can be Bobby too. All right. So let me pull this up.
Barbie's like, so towards the end, when they balance things out, then it might be feminist, but actually it's like beyond feminist.
But then
the power dynamic is in the favor of the Barbies to begin with.
Exactly. But then not to give too much away.
So and by the way, so very smart, but a lot of comments there. So one about feminism is everybody being equal. So she made a comment there. I don't know if you guys caught it, but feminism is everybody being equal. So that's what the perception based on her, her perception as an actress is. And I think most people, when they think of feminism, they think, oh, well, that's what that means, right? And that's the problem. The problem is that people think that that's still what modern day feminism means. It's not really that in meaning anymore. It's actually become something different. It's become what the portrayal is in Barbie, right? It's become misandry. Like misandry is the ideal. That's actually the goal. That is the goal, right? Is misandry. Is to flip the power dynamic. So it's very interesting how she sees that, but it's very insightful that she can notice that, okay, well, obviously this would be a situation that is not fair. Let's see. see. And Durna says feminism just means equality and also everything else, I tell you. Yeah, exactly. So when you say, hey, men can be women. Oh, okay. Oh, great. Well, then I can just switch, right? And now I get the power? Okay, cool. So very much a window into that world. But it's very telling, and because they acknowledge that, and because they come at that like knowing that, I say, okay, maybe they realize that it jumps the shark into parody. So maybe I can give a tiny bit of credit that they might have realized that, okay, this is a level of misandry which becomes at a certain point parody because it's so misandrist, right? But that being said, I do agree with Nick here, and I'll highlight this one. Feminism is one of those give them an inch and they'll take a mile things. And that's been the problem. The problem is that, okay, yes, everybody agrees. Like, you got voting rights. You got the ability to apply for whatever job you want. That's fine. You're not going to be discriminated against based on objective job criteria. But now you're saying you want a quota. Now you want social credit score. Now you want points. Now you want spaces that are only for women and that men are excluded. Well, except for trans men, but we'll think about that and get back to you later. That's what we're at right now, and we're in an area that's gone beyond that. And it continues to be a most divisive issue. And one of the things I'll say, too, is you also get a big divide between the tradcon, the am I based or am I secretly just grifting the conservative side of the aisle because I'm old and, can't, and kind of ground out, can't do OnlyFans, can't do everything else side of the equation, and the simps, right? Because I will say this straight up, and I know a lot of other content creators don't want to say this, but there's a lot of simps out there, and a lot of these content creators are simping. Now, I'll give you one thing. I'll just say this, by the way. I love my homeboy Valiant. I knock on him because I love him. Sometimes I'll playfully call him a simp. I don't really mean that. He's actually not a simp at all. But, aside from the people that I playfully call a simp, there are a lot of content creators out there that are massive simps when it comes down to it. And 100%, as soon as they see a woman talking, they'll just defer and okay, oh, they like it. We're just gonna go over here and we're gonna say, oh yeah, we like it too. It's cool. It's great. You guys can like it now. You can like it to make us feel better. We have to get back to a point in which people feel comfortable saying it like it is and giving their real opinion, because I think that's better for men and women. If we say no, that's a bunch of feminist garbage. You can go do whatever you want to do. You can watch whatever you want to watch. You're a free person, but you're certainly not that conservative if you adopt those principles. Just saying. People ask, what even is a simp? Look, in this modern day and age, it takes a lot of different forms, right? There's an obvious one. The obvious one is like the guy who's on Twitch and he's giving all of his money for a girl to write her name on his hand, right? That's an obvious simp. That's somebody who's paying money in order to garner some form of attention from women. But it can go in other factors. It can go not just in terms of giving money. It can be of saying, oh, I'm going to give clout, right? So, for example, I'm going to have a bunch of women on my stream and pretend that I care about their opinion, even though they have a bad opinion. Or I'm going to not disagree with them. You see this on streams and very often, and this is a huge problem, especially on the right, is people want to have, okay, we want to have based women on. But here's what they do, and it's a huge disrespect to women. They don't push back against them. They don't say, no, I disagree with that. And you can disagree respectfully. You can say, look, I respectfully disagree with you. But a lot of these content creators are such scared pussies, they don't want to say, no, actually, you're wrong. And no, actually, that's dumb. Because they're like, oh, well, they're women. We have to be nice. We have to be gentle. I have to suck up to them because maybe they'll give me attention and maybe they'll come on my stream more and I got to make sure they don't cry. No, if they do something dumb, tell them they're dumb. That's part of it. That's just being honest. You're placating to them. If they're fat, be like, yo, you're fat. Like, you're not attractive. Like, they're here delusional. Like, oh, I think I'm attractive. No, you're not. And that's part of the, going back to the movie, that's part of the reality that you have to that you have to accept. You have to accept that, hey, look, you don't have to look like the model Barbie, right? That never was a thing, by the way. The proportions of Barbie, I think there was one girl in like Russia or Ukraine who made herself look like Barbie. Let me see if I can find her. Yes. I don't know if you guys have seen this girl. Okay, I found the photos. This is borderline like I don't even know if this shit was real, but I think you guys have seen this. You may have seen the human Barbie chick. This is actually kind of scary, to be honest. Like when I saw this woman, she's Ukrainian. Of course Ukrainian, because all good things come from Ukraine. This is a human. This is a human right here. Yeah. Yeah. Valeria Lukyanova. Valeria Lukyanova. The human Barbie. Not even kidding. It's a human. I think she had a couple ribs removed. She had her eyes enlarged. Yeah. Yeah. It's the freaky level of surgery to become Barbie. So unless you're willing to go all full Ukrainian. Yeah, people in the chat, was that a human? People say, okay. I'll do I know what poll you guys are thinking of. I'll do it. All right. By the way, 52% of you think it's super woke. 36% are undecided. I appreciate that. I think that's a very honest poll, by the way. Okay, I'll do the poll. I'll do the poll right now. It's legal mindset. I know what you guys thinking. Ukrainian real life Barbie. Smash. Pass. Okay. The poll is up. I think I spelled Ukrainian wrong. Who cares? It's a made-up country anyways. This video has been a clip of a previous live stream, and it's clipped so you can get the information in a shorter, compact package, the information you need. If you want the full video, the whole context, the whole thing, you can check out the full stream that is in the link below. Check that out, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.